Mm. Well, let's talk about that because we've spoken with your newfound friend, Miss Jessica Havoc. She spoke to us about I don't know if you call it a seminar or what have you, where she interacted with you, but before that she had a different impression of you. You kind of changed her whole impression. She came out, she said that, she had no respect for you coming into that, and you flipped that once, meeting her and she got to know you. You're a fan of professional first and foremost? You grew up watching the sport?
What'd you say? I didn't hear the last part.
Yeah, she thought that you were just a Diva Search girl. And by the end of the conversation that y'all had, you flipped everything, and she realized you had a lot of respect and a lot of love for the business. Tell us, growing up, I'm assuming you were a big wrestling fan.
I was. It's funny. There's a story, and I just recently told Matt and Jeff about it, but I flashed them in Rockford, Illinois, when I went to a wrestling show. I've been a wrestling fan since I was little. I used to love Roddy Piper, basically because of Piper's Pit. When I was in the Diva Search, I called Jonathan Coachman a popcorn fart because that's what Rock called him, so I thought that would be okay for me to call him as well. He proceeded to send me right on to the next round of the Diva Search. I have so much respect for the wrestlers and even more respect for women's wrestling because it's something that a lot of times is overlooked. And women's wrestling has been around for a long time. It used to be in the circuses. I got to sit down with Killam Gillam's family and talk with them about what their mom was like. And I love women's wrestling. I've never been fantastic in the ring. I'm the first one to admit it, but I can tell you so much about how to be a star, and that's what that seminar ended up being. When he first said you're going to give a wrestling seminar, I'm like, I'm not giving any advice to these girls on how to wrestle, but I'll tell them how to be a star, and I'll tell them how to make it in the crazy world that is World Wrestling Entertainment, and and that's what I based it on. I didn't base it on my in-ring wrestling knowledge. I based it on the other things that are a part of wrestling.
That's fair enough. What about the people close around you? I've seen through Twitter some Twitter pictures. It looks like you have a brother, Mike. How are they with you? You seem to be okay with the little bitty clothes and the bikinis. How are they with it?
My dad, when I was doing Playboy, he's like, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to see it. I don't ever want to talk about it. So me and my father have never talked about the fact that I've done Playboy. It's so funny. My brother could care less. I've dressed crazy since I was a little girl. My mom used to buy the little outfits for me. She used to go with me to the stripper stores, to the bikini modeling contest, to all of it. She never cared. I have a little sister. When my little sister was still in high school and I was at WWE, she asked me to not dress too sexy when I would come to her high school event, so I had to dress down. Mike doesn't care. Earlier today, I was getting ready to go out. I was standing in my bra and panties and holding my purse, and I'm like, should I go out like this? And he's like, yeah, go out like that. I was like, no, I don't think so. I think I need some clothes. He doesn't care. He knows what he's getting into, just like I know what I'm getting into with him and his little unders that he wears out in front of a million people on TV and thousands in the audience.
I would imagine.
Hey, I appreciate that Mike is cool and confident enough to have her do that. That's what guys got to do. You, as a guy, you should want other guys to be like, man, that's a lucky dude right there. And I think, everybody.
That's how we looked at it. But at the same time, if I was a partier, if I was going out every night and, was drinking all night long and everything like that, and I always wore skimpy clothes, that might be a little different. But I am a homebody. I barely go out, and when I do, it's for a damn good reason. I love to just relax, and if I'm not working, I just want to sit at home, and I like cooking, and I'm not a crazy girl, and there was a very short period of time where I was, but pretty much my whole life, I've just been a homebody. So if I was crazy and scantily clad, he might have an issue, but because I'm so, like, calm, cool, and collected and staying at home, I don't think he really cares. I'm at home. I have Mike here.
Okay.
And he's making sad faces.
You turned the Red Sox off.
I turned the Red Sox off. He's very upset with me.
All right. Well, now that he's in the picture, we got this very important tweet, that I just have to ask. It's from Rick Cataldo, former WSU's The Boy Diva, and he wants to know if you would allow him to borrow Mr. Mike Bennett. I don't know for how long, but Rick Cataldo wants to borrow Mike Bennett.
Oh my!
Borrow me for what?
Well, he didn't exactly say for what.
I don't know if it's to mow his lawn. I don't know. It was, will she let me borrow her man? That's all I got. So I'm just repeating what I was tweeting.
Well, if I have some details, then possibly I'll be able to answer that question.
The price is right.
And, if the price is right, I'll sell him for pretty much anything, as long as I get, like, a finder's fee or anything.
All right, there you go. That's the price is right. Okay.
That would be a first on Hit the Ropes Radio. We've never made a transaction of bodies, but we've done many things, but that's all right.
There's actually a funny story down in Ohio Valley Wrestling with me and Kennedy, and it was Paul Heyman's story, and he said it before, where I just said, why doesn't he come back and repeat Kennedy? And that just became his thing. I just say things sometimes, and sometimes I have a big mouth, but sometimes it works, so maybe I just talk a lot and some things actually work. But I love wrestling. I love the people that are in it. I love the people that do love wrestling and are in it for the right reasons. So when I see that, it just motivates me even more. And a lot of times other people's motivation and dedication makes me a better person and better in wrestling. So I was almost completely done with wrestling until I met Mike, and then it was just like he brought me back in.
No, I'm going to let these kind folks off the hook here, and I know that you've got the Twitter handles and Facebook and all that for the stalkers can find you. Where's the best way to get a hold of the Prodigy and the First Lady?
For me, it's my Twitter. I think I check it every 2 seconds. It's at ROH Mike Bennett.
And then mine. And then mine is at Maria L. Kanellis. No, I'm not verified. I don't know if I'm going to get verified. Too many people ask me if I'm going to. But it's Maria L. Kanellis, or my Facebook is official Maria Kanellis. And then you can watch our videos on YouTube at Prodigy Superstar.